Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, reaching you live from Lagos. A quick reminder of our top stories. Plateau State Police have confirmed the killing of 86 persons by suspected herdsmen, just as the governor, Simon Lalong, has imposed a dawn-to-dusk curfew in the affected local council areas. Former Governor of Edo State, Adams Oshiomhole, and other elected officials of the All Progressives Congress take their oath of office as the party rounds up its two-day Congress in Abuja. With a staggering number of widows worldwide, Rose of Sharon Foundation calls for better attention as it marks 10 years of economic and social empowerment for widows in Nigeria. Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan leads in early results for his country's presidential election. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and on YouTube.com/channelsweb you can watch our videos. You can also watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows devices from their respective stores. Besides giving you access to news and updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app have an eyewitness feature that you can use to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. The President of the Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki, is advocating the need for responsible journalism through the practice of accurate and objective reporting. He was speaking in Abuja while hosting delegates attending the World Congress of the International Press Institute. Dr. Saraki explains that the objectivity and impartiality are time-honored principles of responsible journalism which must be practiced at all times. While pledging the support of the legislature for promoting responsible journalism, the Senate President appealed to the international press to maintain objectivity at all times.
In as much as we do focus on journalism, we must focus on getting it right and ensuring that accurate and responsive journalism do take place. A lot of attention and a lot of responsibility is given to you, and I think it is important that you find your own way. That is my belief. I believe that it is not for either by legislation or by any other means. I think there should be an internal mechanism by which you can self-regulate what is right and what should be done and what should be right. I think that should be the best message that comes out. You should guide what you think is best in ensuring that we have the right kind of reporting. And I think if you do that, we politicians will stand back and continue to support lack of non-interference in the way you guide your own processes and the way you do this. For us in our country, as we know, in 2019 we're heading towards election. It will be a time also for both national and international attention here. And I believe also for us to be able to ensure that accurate reporting is done that will help stabilize our democracy and consolidating what we have so far.
The President of the Nigerian Senate, Dr. Bukola Saraki. In the meantime, a member of the International Press Institute, Mr. Kazim Akireti, has commended Channels Television for maintaining its high standards of unbiased journalism and professionalism. Mr. Akireti gives this assessment when the board of the International Press Institute paid a courtesy visit to Channels Television's regional headquarters in Abuja. Our correspondent Linda Akigbe reports.
The liberation movement turned.
For 3 days, top media professionals, experts and opinion leaders from Nigeria and around the world converged in Abuja to discuss the role of the media in building strong societies and chart a way forward for the future of journalism on the continent.
And to fight against
these discussions were held at the just-ended 2018 Annual World Congress of the International Press Institute, IPI. As part of activities of the World Congress, the Board of International Press Institute paid a courtesy visit and facility tour of Channels Television's regional headquarters in Abuja.
The fact that we are very independent.
The chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, explains the core values of the organization, which has made it Nigeria's best media organization.
We are very independent, we're apolitical, and we do not take sides. We just do not take sides. That's how we've been set up, and that's how we've inculcated that principle in in all staff. So as they're walking through the door, we say, no politics, no favoritism. We are plain, and I dare say so. And this is corroborated by the Financial Times of London with a caption for us called "A Network Built on Trust."
Channels Television's Assistant General Manager Operations informs the visitors about one of the organization's innovations, the Channels Academy.
We started a little over a year ago to provide first-class training. Our medium-term goal would be to provide such services to journalists in the west coast of Africa, and we already have started talking with some of them who have indicated interest to come here and learn.
A member of International Press Institute is impressed by the achievements of Channels Television through the years.
What people want, just to get the news, and Channels was used to provide that. News and headline news. And so you can't just not miss it within 30 minutes or 1 hour. You get to know what is going on. And that is part of it. And for social media too, they are also ahead. So it is instructive that Nigeria were proud to have a station you can all look for and say, yes, that is a station that has a standard.
During the question and answer session, a member of International Press Institute sought to find out if the organization is creating content specifically targeted at young Nigerians.
And I was just wondering, has a national broadcaster, in terms of developing content for the youth that can connect them to the real issues around political involvement, participation, understanding why it's important to be a citizen.
Traditional broadcasters and journalists, we were thinking for them. Now they are the ones who are thinking for us, because we'll think of the news and deliver it. Now they think about the news and we go to them. So what are their stories? We'll try to get all that, and yes. We're very, very concerned about that, and we've made the policy in channels now is that the news will be reported first and digitally before it goes linear.
The board members of IPI were taken on a facility tour of Channels Television's regional headquarters to see the facilities and operations of the station. Linda Akibi, Channels Television News.
The police in Kogi State have arrested a self-acclaimed prophet in Adavi local government area of Kogi State for allegedly killing a woman for the purpose of money rituals. Investigations by the police revealed that the victim, who worked as a commercial sex worker, was lured by one of the so-called prophet's accomplices to an undisclosed location. The suspect claims that he had ordered his boys to get a lady whose body parts would be used to make quick riches.
The picture of 24-year-old Mercer Moses from Logo local government area of Benue State. Her search for greener pastures led her to seek employment at the Hollywood Hotel, a brothel in the Nagazi area of Adavi in Kogi State. It's from here that she's been plying her trade as a commercial sex worker in the last couple of years. However, 2 days after she failed to return after leaving with a customer, suspicions are aroused. The manager of the brothel narrates the events of the fateful night.
So as they come, they told me that they were looking for a lady. I told them they should look their church. So after that, they come to this girl, Mercy, room 23. After they don't pick the girl, so they come and meet me. So I write their name with their phone number and where they are taking the girl to.
Investigations of homicide detectives lead to the arrest of 2 suspects.
When we got there, Stevie went in there. In the next few minutes, I now went into the hotel with Mumuni. We now sat at the bar where the manager saw me, because the manager knew me. They now want to lock their gate. The manager now said they want to lock their gate. They should take anybody that owns machine, they should take the machine outside. That is where I now take my machine outside and stand outside. In the next few minutes, Stephen now called Mumuni that she took the lady, that they've gone.
The trail leads to the mastermind behind Mercy's cold-blooded murder, a man who claims to be an intermediary of God. The Kogi State Police Commissioner Ali Janga arrives in Adabi town with his men. He heads straight to the Voice of Canaan Temple, the shrine from which the suspected killer prophet operates.
These are people who are killing innocent Nigerians for the purpose of making money. But thank God, Almighty God has exposed them. They were arrested, though one of them is on the run, but we'll do our best to see that we get the person that is on the run.
The suspect and his accomplices are then marched off by the police to the place where Mercy's body is buried in a shallow grave. The bone-chilling incident serves as a reminder that wolves in sheep's clothing are on the prowl, and people should be careful whom they associate with, especially when they operate under the guise of
preparation, expertise, focus and determination were the key words at the Handmaidens Annual Women in Leadership Series here in Lagos. Speakers, while barrier breaking, dissected some challenges that keep some women behind, identifying fear, doubt, unhealthy marriage, among others, as major factors.
In 1990,
in its third edition, the Women in Leadership series takes the subject matter around the female gender a notch higher with the theme, Leading Women, Breaking Barriers.
I am a leading woman. I am...
Talk points from the speakers raise the courage of many here as intermittent ovation greets the narratives of their barrier-breaking experiences.
In our society, the women who break down barriers are the ones who ignore limits. So mindset is key. You can do it if you want to. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. They don't do that. It's not done. If you want to do it, you can do it. Nobody.
Rear Admiral Itunu Hotunu, a retired naval officer, is the first female admiral in the Nigerian Navy.
First of all, be strategic. And when I say be strategic, know the turf that you're going into. I knew I was going into a tough territory. Sister Yimika sort of talked of the percentages of women who are in the armed forces. She didn't give the exact percentage, I'll tell you. Worldwide, we're less than 10%. My rank, we're less than 1%. In actual fact, we're 0.9%. So you can imagine. So what do I talk about strategy? Strategy is looking ahead to see what you're likely to encounter and planning for it. The people who are supposed to support you, when they're not there, you learn to fly high, fast, far, way above everybody so you can look down and see what they have not seen.
A panel discussion opens up about more challenges that stare women in the face in the journey to success, which are surmountable through focus and determination. Pastor Shiju Iluyomade, the founder of the Handmaidens, with a 30-year post-call experience as a lawyer, encourages women to get out of the box and make positive impact in their own world.
You just need to tell yourself, I can do it, but I need more tutelage, I need more training, I need more of this. You need to be able to tell yourself the truth. We are afraid to even tap into our imagination. You are too scared to think maybe it's too much for you.
No doubt the take-home from this gathering is clear. Every obstacle to success must not be pampered or tolerated. Rather, given the right treatment, it should be broken down.
When the news at 10 returns, residents of two communities in Kwara State want the state government to act fast on its promise to provide respite before the whole community is washed away by floods. That's on our community report. Join us again.